People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. First thing that is popping in the news, it is called Lords of War, Masters of DEATH and Destruction. Now I am speaking about a man, his name is Rev. Rev is said to be the leader of the 90s gang, OC aka Spranglers. In March of 2022, at a location called Queen's Warehouse Industrial Terrace to be specific, there was a large seizure of 21 tools, including a whole bunch of high-powered rifle and in excess of 2,000 rounds of ammunition, artillery for days to do a whole bunch of damage. However, luckily for Jamaica and mostly persons from the garrison, the Popo, them hold on to it. They issued a statement and said that they had a couple of persons of interest. A couple of persons were held. However, they were let go. No sorts of evidence. When I heard that, I said to myself, hold on a minute. What's going on? How am I not getting no sorts of updates? March till August, no update. However, people, the FEDS, CTAC, and them, they were laying low. They were working undercover in the cuts. They were investigating thoroughly who these culprits are. Based on the information, it is said that they arrested 2 people in the United States. This last person, fast forward, Sunday night or Monday morning at about 3 a.m., a place called Prairie that is in St. Anne, an event called Milk and Honey. The FEDS and CTAC fling a monkey wrench in the program of Rev and a couple of affiliates, associates. Based on the information, it is said that at about 3 a.m., CTAC and the FEDS, DEA, U.S. Marshal roll up to the place while everybody was having fun. While Mr. Rev and his friends were sipping on some J-Ray and Neville, they were shocked and awe. They never know where to do. Rev mouth drop when him see the FEDS roll up and pull out them badge and see the big DEA, U.S. Marshal upon the shirt and also CTAC and Mocha. So anyways, them take a Rev. Like I said, Rev was said to be a major player in the importation of firearms from Jamaica or from United States to Jamaica. Whether it goes through Haiti, people, me not really know the intricate details. All me know, the FEDS them did dead upon them face. Now people, based on the information, it is said that this man, Rev, who is a leader of the 90s gang, they operate from Central Kingston all the way to New York City. Now people, if you know the history of the 90s Spranglers, they've been smuggling all sorts of cocoa, all sorts of weed for a very long time. They've been making mucho dinero. However, people, like most of these DONS in these garrisons that are supposed to be like Robin Hood, take from the rich and give to the poor. However, people, we see that that is no longer happening. All these persons are doing, they are bringing DEATH and destruction to whichever place in which them are govern or are run. Now people, here's the funny thing. Based on the information, it is said that Rev lived in the United States for a very long time. Like me said, 90s gang, they bought from the 80s, 90s. Them time, them run off a section of New York where them called the 90s. However, people, here's the thing. In 2009, Rev was deported back to Jamaica from whence he came. And people, guess why? he was trafficking all sorts of cocoa and weed in the United States. So people, them send him back. Now remember, Rev is a man, come from the garrison, him get an opportunity, whether he flow out the legal way or the unorthodox way, me no know, him get an opportunity. However, like most knucklehead, DONS violent criminals, whenever them get an opportunity, they do nothing but blow it. Okay, so bad enough, him come from a desolate place. He went to a place he was making a whole bunch of cash. Him get deported. Him come back. You would have thought that him save some sort of money. However, like most deportee, them like for hype. So therefore, even if they make $1 trillion, them spend $2 trillion. Him come back now 2009. And people, guess what? When they held him on that fateful night on Sunday, 3 a.m. or so, he also had a fire piece. And people, guess what? That fire piece was legally issued by the FLA, not Florida, Firearm Licensing Authority. Now remember, he was deported for smuggling, trafficking, drugs. He is a known gang member. So therefore, like them saying in Jamaica, money talk and BS walks. So therefore, if you have money, you can pretty much buy your way to anything, including MURDER, including a license fire piece. So people, go figure. A known gang member, reputed gang member, has a legal fire piece. And us, most of these legal, law-abiding, tax-paying citizens of Jamaica, have to go through a whole bunch of rigmarole just to get access to get one of those licenses. People, welcome to Jamrock. Now people, when we think about Rev, he is the typical of a subset of DONS in a Jamaica. They are pretty DONS. The only thing that they are interested in is to run down and exploit their communities, which is the polar opposite of what a Don is supposed to do. However, it speaks volume of their mindsets. The mindset is that violence is used to solve everything. The mindset is that you want to have the people in a fear. You want to use these tools because people don't get it twisted. A lot of these tools, they are used for extortion. A lot of these tools are used for man the turf to make sure that you're prepared and that the opposition don't get you caught slipping. So therefore, it is a set of fools. One DONS done over Yasso, a war with one DONS done over Yasso, and they are pretty much in a competition of buffoonery. Like me say, one fool makes many. And whenever the competition have the same sort of mindset and foolish DONS mentality, and they are competing against each other, pretty much for see who have the biggest tool, who can take away the most innocent people, who can extort legal, law-abiding, tax-paying business people of Jamaica. So people, at the end of the day, whenever we see the feds come for people like this, it should be reasons for celebration, because we get a next piece of SHIT out of Jamaica. And people, like I said, whenever the popo from America, meaning drug enforcement agent, meaning U.S. Marshal, meaning whatever agency that is over United States, when you see them gas up the plane and you see them land the plane upon the tarmac, whether a Montego Bay or Kingston, you know say it is going to be problematic. You know say they have done their investigation, because remember, this is off of a seizure that was held at the Queen's Era warehouse in an industrial terrace. So therefore, from March till now, you know that they've been putting in the work. You know that they've been getting all sorts of indictment together. So therefore, as soon as Jamaica sign off on the extradition of this man Rev, and he lands, he is going to be charged point blank and period. So people don't feel like say America and Jamaica are the same thing, because remember, them all two people already. So therefore, he is going to be the icing on the cake, the link of links, point blank and period. Now people, when we think about what is going on in Jamaica and most of these garrisons, it is obvious that a lot of these garrison people, they have a very strong hate for each other. It is obvious that it seems as if they are stuck on stupid, they are stuck on war. Them just like cause them like conflict. And people, this is why a lot of them and people don't get it twisted, don't get it misconstrued. If you notice, anybody that knows the street, a lot of the successful smugglers, whether them are smuggled from Jamaica, whether them go America and them are smuggled, the ones that actually make it out, those in the 0.1 or 0.5 percentile out of 100, that means half of 1% that actually makes it out, those are the ones that are not involved in any sort of violence. Those are the ones that don't have this hyena pack mentality, always want to gang up. Because people, usually when you see people gang up, it is because they themselves are coward. So therefore they find safety in numbers. However people, these same safety in numbers always lead to what we call the RICO Act, conspiracy to murder, conspiracy to possess, conspiracy to distribute, whether a weed or the cocoa. Weed not so bad, however, the cocoa. So people, again we see Mr. Rev, he is an example of what most of these garrison dons are. They mess up Jamaica, them get an opportunity, them go America, them mess up Lesotho, and them come back. People, the sooner is the better that we can get rid of these people, whether the opposition takes them out or the relevant authority take them out. So people, once again, all I have to say, happy riddance, point blank and period.